Hello everybody and welcome to MobiDAX YouTube channel. My name is Artem, I'm the head of mobile development at MobiDAX. In this video series, we will build and deploy our own cryptocurrency trading platform from scratch and show you how you can do the same. At the end of this video series, we expect you to have an MVP version of your very own crypto trading platform and something worth showing to your community or potential investors. Before we get started, I'd like to tell you who we are. MobiDAX is the world's first cross-platform software solution for deploying, customizing, and maintaining cryptocurrency and fiat trading platforms for web, iOS, Android, and desktop applications. We will discuss MobiDAX further in future video releases, so enough about us for the moment. In this video series, we will show you how to deploy your own crypto trading platform using open source software, components such a platform consists of, how they interact with one another, and available options. How to customize your cryptocurrency exchange platform yourself or hire a team to develop your custom features from front-end to back-end. How to maintain your cryptocurrency trading platform, and much more. So where is the catch here? The catch is that you have to like, subscribe, and ring the bell. I'm kidding, obviously. Our intentions with this video series is to share our extensive knowledge base and play our small part in adoption of cryptocurrency and crypto-based projects. Our goal is to make the price of entry into crypto-related business as low as possible and help startup projects find success, while showing you the advanced products developed by MobiDAX around the exchange stack. Let's get right into it. In today's video, you will learn how to deploy a crypto exchange on any cloud provider. For deployment, we will use OpenDAX repository and the stack built around open source Peatio component. Alright, now let's get familiar with OpenDAX project. By the way, all the links will be available down below, so anything I show you here, you will be able to look at yourself. So, what is OpenDAX? OpenDAX is a Docker Compose project that includes all of the essential components for a crypto trading platform, as well as the configuration files for them. So, let's look at those components in the close-up. Basically, at the very bottom, you have the cloud provider. What we need from that cloud provider is a virtual machine. A cloud provider can be anything. It can be GCP, AWS, Digital Ocean, Azure Cloud, etc. etc. For this particular tutorial, we will use Digital Ocean. On top of that, you have either Docker Compose or Docker Swarm environment. Docker Swarm environment is something we here at MobiDAX provide to our customer on a paid basis, but Docker Compose is usually used for a development environment. It's easy to start up, it's easy to work with, but it's not quite suitable for production grade. Next, you have your backend, which is Barong for authorization and KYC and 2FA, and Peatio for blockchain operations, trading, and accounting, and etc. App logic you have for any custom business logic you want to develop, payment gateways, AML, any external API integrations. Then on top of that, you have GraphQL API wrapper. That's something we offer here at MobiDAX. All of you will have a chance to try it out. How this will happen, I will discuss and describe in further videos. But basically, GraphQL is a very neat API wrapper that makes development frictionless. Then on top of that, you have front-end applications like Tower Base App and mobile application MobiDAX. This is the current state of being. However, we have big plans to expand this structure and add new exciting components, which I will show you just right down below. We have as well some application demos here and so on, but basically this is our goal. The goal is to have our own advanced admin panel, our own web UI that will be written in Flutter, as well as the mobile application. And they will share a single code base. And all of that will be on top of our GraphQL API. That's basically it. This is an exciting plan. We will obviously share all these plans further along, and there will be separate videos for any custom and exciting development we do. But yeah, currently we will be working with this. So let's go to the next step and create a virtual machine in the cloud provider environment. So the cloud provider of choice for this particular video was DigitalOcean. I chose it basically because it's easy to use, easy to navigate. You don't have to deal with networking and some of the very specific settings you have to deal with in AWS or GCP. This is more simple, so this tutorial should be accessible to both developers, DevOps, and business owners. We hope so. So yeah, let's get into it and create a new project. This project will be called MobiDAX Quest. Let's learn how to spell. All right. The purpose for this is, let's see, we want web application, for example. Let's create the project. All right, and move resources. We don't want to move anything, so let's keep that for now. Next thing is we get started with a droplet. Now, for distribution, we will choose Ubuntu, and let's see how much resources do we need. Let's go back to the documentation. We actually have something on that here. So you can see here that minimum resources is 8 gigs of RAM and 4 CPUs. So I'll go with that. This is 8 gigs for CPUs. This should be fine. For a more stable, sort of long-going project, I would select this plan. But as of now, this will be enough for me to just show you how to start up that platform. So let's go further. We don't need the volume for now. Let's choose London for the region. We can have a default VPC. Let's add a new SSH key as well. I don't want this one. I want to add a new SSH key. I'll call it Artem for my name. And I'll show you how you can get an SSH key. You just do .ssh rsa.pub. And we can copy that, paste it in here, and let's add that key. All right, so now we should be able to SSH to our droplet. Let's give it a name. Let's call it MobiDAX Quest Video 1. All right, add tags, we don't need. Project, that's MobiDAX Quest. Enable backups. I suggest you enable that. I'm probably going to tear down this VM very soon, so I will not do that. All right, now let's create a droplet. So this will take a little while for that to be created. But our next step will be to basically clone this project. So let's clone it like that. Let's copy, and then we will clone once our VM is ready. So shouldn't be long. Let's see any settings we might wanna. It's environment, or we can actually select that this is a development environment because it is. And let's see. All right, the VM is ready, just like that. Now let's copy the IP and SSH to it. Yes, that's my SSH key. All right, and let's follow the actual documentation. So we start from here and create a Unix user. Let's copy that and that. Next is we need to install Docker. So let's open those links. We want Linux, we had Ubuntu, and we want to install using the repository. Let's do that. So it's just as simple as following the tutorial provided by Docker. So we copy the command and we paste it in. Yes, please. Then we want GPG key, an official one. Then we want the fingerprint. Then we want the repository. Let's wait for that to succeed. Okay, that is done. Let's update once again and install our Docker. This might take a bit of time, so I might speed up the video from here on. Alright, let's verify that our Docker installation was successful, and you can see here indeed we have something from Docker daemon. So the next step would be to actually install Docker Compose. We want Linux. They have a handy one-liner over here, so let's use that. And that, and also a symlink would be nice. Alright, so seems like we should have Docker Compose as well. Yep, that is available too. So let's go with the next step is to add user to Docker group. And we do that. Alright, so now we have a user app, and you can see that it has access to Docker and Docker Compose, which is great. So let's continue, and the next step would be for us to actually clone the OpenDAX repository. Here you can see we have a CD to OpenDAX. I will change that. That's not needed because we haven't yet cloned it. So let's do just that. All right, we have the repo cloned. Now we need to install RVM. That's a Ruby version manager, because OpenDAX uses Ruby to render template files. I might do a video, a rundown of how the whole system works in OpenDAX, but it would be out of scope of this tutorial. I want to keep this as nice and simple as possible. So let's add that, then we can get RVM, then we can do the next things. All right, this I might speed up as well. It seems to be taking quite a long time. And just like that, we have our RVM installed. So let's do the next cd, and then we run this command. All right, so I think we have to run this one next. Yep, and this one. So this will install Ruby 2.6.3 for us, which is essential basically for this tutorial. This might take a bit of time. Let's see what we have to do next. Our next thing would be to do a bundle install. Bundle install will install all the gems or so-called packages needed for this system to work. So let's wait a bit until this Ruby installs. All right, there it is, we got it. And now let's do our next thing is install all the gems. Let's see what the next thing would be. The next thing is a showcase command, rake -t. That will show you what things you can do with this OpenDAX repository. You can have a look through. I will not comment on them in this particular video. So let's go to the next thing. The next thing is basically configuring your domain. So what you have to do is you have to set a DNS record for the IP address of your VM right here. I have already done that, but you just go to your DNS provider, you copy this, and you create an A record for your particular domain. Mine here would be quest.mobidax.io. I already done that, so I'll skip to the next step. And the next one will be to change the configuration. So here we have our main config file where all of the configuration is stored. So you have to put a subdomain. For me that is quest. A domain name as well. So that is mobidax.io for me. And app name, for me it will be MobiDAX. We want to enable SSL. For SSL here there is a responsible component called traffic. It will generate a certificate by itself using Let's Encrypt. License we can skip. The rest images is all set up. There we have some RabbitMQ configuration, some configuration for storage, Twilio and so on. This I will review in the following videos. Just want to keep this one really nice and simple. So basically the needed configuration and essentials is right here, domain, subdomain and SSL. That's all we need. The rest we can skip as of now. All right. And then we bring up all of this stack. And this takes a bit of time, so I will speed up the process. And just like that, we have successfully failed. Well, I'm kidding though, we can resolve this. It's my mistake, I forgot to add this into the documentation. But basically what we have to do is we have to generate a developer token to be able, personal access token, to be able to pull images from a Docker package registry. This is a new feature actually GitHub introduced recently, is they have their own registry now for Docker packages, which is really neat. You don't have to use Docker Hub or any other stuff like that. No external stuff or add-ons to GitHub, everything in one place. Very neat and very nice. As well as GitHub Actions. I don't know if any one of you have used them before, but I personally have, and they are great. Great. Enjoyed actually working with those. So what we need to do is do like this. We need to export this environment variable. Then we need to do echo docker login with username, with your GitHub username, then with registry you're going to use .pkg. Well, I could have just typed it or copied right here. And password std_in. All right, I might be wrong here. Let's see. Okay, password std_in is correct, but okay. I think you don't need to specify this. You just type it in. Yep, just like that. We've logged in. So now let's rerun the command, and it should do all the goodness for us without us needing to do anything at this point. So let's wait for that to finish and see what we have in the outcome. Alright, you can see that we have succeeded now and all the services are created. Let's have a closer look ourselves. Everything seems to be up and running. So let's check out the results of our work, which is also very important. And there you have it. We have just deployed from scratch a cryptocurrency trading platform, which is great. Now let's go back. Like, you might be asking, how do I see what this is all about? Well, you can actually discover the platform without needing to sign up because we preceded a couple of users with such credentials right here. So let's basically test how it works. Was I right? Oh, I'm sorry. Yep, like this. All right. So there you have it, guys. I can leave you alone at this stage. You can discover for yourself the functionality, etc., etc. But considering we have deployed this platform and this is how it looks, and you might be wondering, how do I customize the front end? What do I do at this stage? Well, at this stage you have a couple of pre-made solutions for you to go with. First one, Base App, is what you see in front of you. That's the front end we've just deployed. However, you would require some budget to acquire that one, and you will still have to pay for customizations. Second solution is MobiDAX Web. That's a solution provided by us. It is yet under development, but we will be an amazing alternative considering it will share the codebase with MobiDAX Android application and iOS. So technically you get all devices covered in one price tag. The third solution is to develop your own frontend. That can be complex and pricey, considering you will need to understand all the server-side things, but don't worry though, we got you covered on that one. In the next video, we will learn how you can easily communicate with Exchange servers via GraphQL and frictionlessly develop your unique and revolutionary product. Developing your own frontend will also provide you a lot of flexibility, and you can choose whatever framework you like, because we all understand that not everybody likes React or not everybody likes Flutter, for example. And if you already have a team that works, for example, with Angular or Vue.js or anything like that, GraphQL will be the choice for you. Until then, have fun and see you next time.